Well, I don't think that the president said categorically that it was 2013 privatization that caused the problem. The, the decoupling of the electricity sector from government control began, in fact, as far back as 2005 under the Obasanjo administration, when they had this roadmap to electricity reform. But it was in 2013 that the Jonathan administration now, continued with that power sector. 2010, actually, 2010, under the Yar'Adua administration. And then in 2013, the process was then, fast-tracked with the privatization process, the involvement of private sector in GENCOs and DISCOs, with the exception of transmission, where we had, government retaining control of the transmission company of Nigeria. But the main point that the president made when he was receiving the delegation from Enugu State, led by Governor Peter Mba, the Enugu State leaders, governors, stakeholders had gone to meet with the president, is that he believes that for reform to be meaningful, to take place, you need long-term planning. But it was failure in terms of long-term planning that led to the legacy of darkness. So if you are reviewing the reform process within the electricity sector, you take it from the very beginning. What is that failure of long-term planning that the president is referring to? However, there's been some argument about the need to rejig that electricity sector in terms of taking another look at the reform, in terms of looking at legacy debts over time. Those players, DISCOs and GENCOs, they are being owed over 6 trillion. Is it dollars or naira? But it's over 6 trillion in absolute terms. And those, debts are still mounting. Government says they've taken care of about, 501 billion naira. We have not seen evidence of that. So there's an emergency in the electricity sector that needs to be addressed. And, I guess it was in that context that the president was talking about, they gave us darkness. However, he himself has had about 3 years there. He has a minister of power who has been promising Nigerians electricity, who also has been delivering darkness. Was he not his own minister of power who promised that within 2 weeks there will be gas supply and power generation will go out and the distribution of electricity will go up? It has not gone up.
It's still waiting. So,
in terms of long-term planning, we are yet to see the improvement under the Tinubu administration itself. And that, many analysts have said, that it is because he has a round peg in a square hole or a square peg in a round hole. There are people who have institutional memory in this environment. Once upon a time, we had a guy called Larry Babalola who tried to at least move that sector forward. We have had some other ministers who showed some understanding. This storytelling under the Tinubu administration, we have had enough of storytelling. So if the president has already identified the problem, let him address it. Because as we have been told again and again, power generation, electricity provision is tied to economic growth and development. Right. The other point you made is that the Minister of Power has now resigned. I'm not sure if that has been confirmed, because we've been hearing it as rumor. He is going to resign. He has not resigned. He has changed his mind. He's going to be a governorship aspirant in Oyo State. The situation in Oyo State is not so sure. I think that if Adebayo Adelabu wants to continue with his provision of darkness in Oyo State, he's welcome to do so. I mean, he's free to do so. It is his choice. So all this certainty, uncertainty about where he's going next, I think we've had enough of that. Let us be sure. If he's leaving, let him leave. We will thank him for his services, and he can go and serve his people in Oyo State. What they do with themselves is their own problem in Oyo State. But I'm not too sure whether he has resigned or not.
The statement said he's